Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us this week is Seraphis, our level 85 Draenei Death Knight. Say g'day, Seraphis.
May the Naru bless you and yours.
May the Naru bless you and yours. Hello to everybody watching this week. Just in case you're wondering, why are we on Seraphis and not Yogurt, our normal scheduled tune for this week? It's because when I logged into my server, it was undergoing some unscheduled maintenance, and that means we can't log in. And so I thought, hey, why don't we hop over here and take a look at Seraphis, see what she's up to. It's been a long time since we've said hello to her, and of course she is my main in World of Warcraft, in case you didn't know, and she at the moment is in one of my all-time favourite zones, and I'm sure that if you guys have played WoW in the past, you'll know exactly where I am. That's right, we're here in Winterspring. Let's have a good look at the map. This is Winterspring, and of course if you're wondering where that is, if you don't play WoW, it's way up the top here, way up the top of Kalimdor, and it's one of those zones that is dear to my heart. I've got so many wonderful memories of being here back in vanilla days. I really couldn't wait to get here. I'd seen pictures of it, and I couldn't wait to get my first character up to a high enough level to be able to quest through here. These days it's level 50 to 55, and I think that hasn't changed that much over the years. Of course, back then level 60 was the level cap, so it was a really exciting time to come here because you knew you were getting close to level 60, as high as you could go in the game. And of course, look around, folks, it is just gorgeous. This and Dunmarrow are two of my most favourite zones in the game in terms of snow. You guys know I love my snow, and how appropriate I'd seem to be riding on my albino Drake as well. You know what, Seraphis has been here for a while, and she's doing quite a number of different things here, and one of the main ones is to do with another one of my favourites in the game. We'll get onto that in just a minute, but before we do that, it's time for some shoutouts. You guys know how much I absolutely love my shoutouts, and today's no different just because we're on Seraphis. Let's get her boogieing on down just like we do every week. There we go, good old Draenei dance. First one here is from Callum McGlue, and they say, hey there Sambo, your vids are really cool, and after I watched all of your videos on your goblin yogurt, I now have a level 85 warrior goblin, and I'm one of the highest ranked tanks in my server, all thanks to you showing me how cool the goblins are. So thanks a lot, and can I get a shout out in your next video please? Callum McGlue, congratulations on level 85, and I'm glad that we inspired you to play a goblin because they are a hell of a lot of fun. Congratulations to you, mate, and thank you very much for your support. Got another shout out here from DCar245, and they say, hey Sambo, could I please get a shout out to my level 34 Warlock Grimsphere? You most certainly can. You know what, I absolutely adore Warlocks. That was my very second class character in the game, by the way, and I still love it to this day. I would really appreciate it. Thanks Sambo, you're the best. And that is from DCar245. Thank you very much for your support, mate, and I certainly hope you're enjoying the game. Got another shout out here from D Hooglindable, and they say, hey, I wanted to do it a little bit different. This is a shout out to you. Oh my lord, I really enjoy watching your videos, and that's just because the incredible happy tone of your voice and just the general happiness you're transmitting through your videos is great. Thumbs up to you. Wow, well there's a turnout for the books. Thank you very much, Hooglindable, and I really appreciate that, and I'm glad that you're enjoying the series. Here's another one here from Fat Ninja 202, and they say, hey there Sambo, I've been watching your videos since Seraphis was level 1. Good lord, I've got my WoW about 20 days, and I have a level 70 Night Elf Rogue named JD Falco, and a level 75 Dwarf Death Knight named JD Falconer. Can I please have a shout out? It would make my day and my week, and by the way, I'm on the server Lothar. Well there, Fat Ninja 202, congratulations for getting your 70 and 75 tunes, and I certainly hope you're enjoying the game as much as I do. Really appreciate your support, mate. Got another one here from Mr. True Fan, and they say, hey there, greetings from Lithuania. Wow, hello, greetings to you from Australia. Can I please get a shout out for my level 85 undead rogue named Jocubus? I'm pretty new to your videos and I like them. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the series, and congratulations on your level 85 undead rogue, and that's for Mr. True Fan himself. Thank you for your support, mate. Got another one here finally from Vince Vince Ricci, and they say, hey there Sambo, I was wondering if I could get a shout out for my level 85 hunter named Notebook on the server Bleeding Hollow. You know what, Vince Ricci, you most certainly can. Congratulations on your 85. Hunter's another great class. I absolutely love them. You know what, hunters get such a bad reputation, but they're always so much fun to play. Do you know what, I really don't like the fact that they've dumbed down the whole pet taming thing. I used to love that back in the day. Nowadays you just basically get an insta pet. It was more like Pokemon, but I guess seeing as they're bringing out the pet battles these days, that'll replace that feeling. But yeah, love me some hunter action, that's for sure. In the meantime folks, this is Seraphis, this is my main, this is our Death Knight. She's level 85. She's a tank, as you can probably tell, unbuffed there. She's got 160k hit points, and that by no means is as good as you can get in this game. I really haven't geared her up for quite a while. As you can see, we've sort of got item level 346, got some 385s, etc, etc. Nothing too flash, but it's enough for everything that I do in this game. And the reason we're here in Winterfall is, well, you know what, I just absolutely love questing here, and I'm trying to get my Lore Master, so I want to do all of the Winterfall quests. But the main reason we're here is for a very special quest that not a lot of people seem to know about. And if they do know about it, they don't realize that it's changed. And it's called this, They Grow Up So Fast. And what it's all about is a very special reward that you get at the end of it. What it says is that we have to accumulate 20 Winterspring cub whiskers shed by our very own Winterspring cub. We need to take those whiskers, 20 rune cloth, 20 rugged leather, and 80 gold to somebody called Riven Frostwind. And there's a very special reason for that. Let's have a read of the description. I think this little fellow will be a good match for you. This cub is going to require a lot of attention to ensure that he grows up strong and healthy. You should check up on your cub at least once a day. Feeding and caring for your Winterspring cub is the best way to build a bond of trust with him. As your cub grows, he will shed his old whiskers and grow new ones appropriate to his size. Once your cub has shed 20 whiskers, bring him back to me along with some materials for your saddle. And the saddle is the clue there, folks. Back in the old days, and you guys, by the way, know how much I love my pets and my mounts, and in fact, if we go in here and look at all my mounts and companions, there are pages and pages and pages and pages of them. In fact, I've got so many achievements for them all, it's ridiculous. But there's one that I don't have, and it is this one. That's right, the Fabled Reins of the Winterspring Frostsaber. Now, back in the day, it used to be an awful grind to try and get this, and in fact, not many people did, and it was a really amazing feat. If you could ever see anybody riding around on one of these, you'd have to stop and give them a bow. These days, I must admit, it's a little easier, so seeing as I'm sort of halfway through getting mine, I figured I'd show you guys how to do it. So first things first, of course, you have to get yourself here to Winterspring. Oh, do you know what? I actually don't like this mount. This is my Death Knight mount. As you can see there, it's called the Winged Steed of the Ebon Blade. This is my little add-on here called Guppet, and what that does is randomly call a mount for me. Alright, that's better. This one here is the Silver Covenant Hippogriff. Now, we're in Winterspring. First thing you need to do is find this place. Let's make the map bigger. Frostsaber Rock. That's where you need to head to. And once you get there, you're going to find yourself a elf, and they're going to be able to give you a very special quest. And in fact, it's this one here. But I'm going to fly there just so you can see exactly where you need to go. Again, here we are. Whoops, that's not map. There we go. We're right up the top here. You can see Frostsaber Rock right in front of us. There it is, clearly marked on the map. And when you come down here, you're going to find some enemy frost sabers, but around here somewhere, I think they're actually way up the top here, if I remember rightly. There they go. This person here is who you want to come and see. It is Riven Frostwind. Now, when you speak to them, they will actually give you this quest, They Grow Up So Fast. Now, when you actually get given that quest, if you look in your bags, you'll see that you're given this little Winterspring cub. That's right, an actual cub. And if you use it, you can see there that it summons your Winterspring cub, and it can only be used in Winterspring. Now, the other catch to this is that you can only do this once per day. So it's basically like a little daily. You're adding a daily to your regular daily regimen. Now, once you get this guy, if you right click on him, there we go, and you can summon him at any time. There he goes, he's a little small guy, you can only barely see him. You can see he's got the traditional blue exclamation mark on his head, and that means that he's got a daily quest for you. So let's recap. You fly over here, speak to Riven, grab the quest, look in your bags, you'll find the cub, summon him, and he'll appear looking like this. Now, once you've got him, obviously, you don't need to come and speak to Riven every single day. All you need to do is get yourself here into Winterspring, and then anywhere in the zone, summon this little guy. And in fact, you can summon him from your quest tracker there. His little icon actually appears there. Once you've summoned him, of course, you click on him for a daily quest. Now, there's about 4 or 5 different ones, and it's going to give you one randomly. And all of the quest objectives are done here in the zone of Winterspring, so it's really easy. So let's see what he's got for us today. And you can see this one is called A Cub's Cravings. And if we click on this, it reads, your Winterspring cub looks at you and licks its lips. The little cat must be hungry, and it's up to you to find a suitable meal for your charge. Riven Frostwind mentioned keeping some bear meat on hand for feeding his Frostsaber cubs. Perhaps your cub would enjoy some shard-tooth meat of its own. Various kinds of shard-tooth bears can be found all over Winterspring, and our objective is to gather 6 pieces of shard-tooth meat from any of the shard-tooth bears in Winterspring and feed them to our Winterspring cub. And you can see here, the reward we get is a Winterspring cub whisker. Now, every single day you do a different quest, and every single day you'll get one of these as a reward, as well as some gold and some silver, and if you're lower than 85, you'll get some XP as well. All you need to do is accept it, and that will appear separately on our tracker here, and here it is, it's its own quest, and you can track it on the map as well. And you can see here that there are a number of different areas within Winterspring where you can do this particular one, because a lot of these shard-tooth bears roam around all over the place. Now, throughout the course of me doing it, and by the way, I've got about, let's see, how many have I got? I've done this for 12 days. You can see I've got 12 out of 20. Again, once we've completed this, you can't do it again until a full 24 hours has rolled by, or rather until the dailies have reset. But every day you're going to get a different one pretty much, and sometimes you're having to go and hunt animals for him, sometimes it's collection, sometimes it's exploring. There are all different types. Today we literally have to go and kill these bears, get the meat, and then feed them to our little cub, 6 of them. So I think the first thing we need to do is mount up, and by the way, you'll notice on my tracker that I've got my Find Herbs buff active, and the reason for that is that I'm also trying to level my herbalism, and for me this is a double whammy. I love being here because the herbs that are here are actually perfect for my level of herbalism, and they're leveling me up, so I'm trying to grab as many as I can. My herbalism at the moment, if we go in here and have a look at my professions, it's something that I'd never worked on over the years. There we go, I'm Grandmaster, I'm 396 out of 450, so I'm slowly getting there, and yeah, this zone just happens to have all the herbs I need to be able to level up even more. And I can see another one over there. You can see over the back there, if you're a miner as well, it's a great zone to do that, and not many people come here these days, so generally speaking you're not going to be fighting for nodes or anything like that, so it's a very cool place to be. And of course it's so peaceful, relaxing, and just so damn beautiful. Gosh, I love this zone. And of course, again, if you're a vet, you'll remember this, I'm sure, and I guarantee, let me know in the comments below, but I guarantee it's one of your favorite zones as well. Now I'm just going to be stopping all the way over to these bears while we grab these herbs, because not only do I want to level up my herbalism, but of course we can sell these on the AH, and it just so happens that I'm also an inscription in terms of my professions. Let's have a look. Here we go. Inscription, and of course I use these herbs in my inscription. I mill them, and then I turn them into the actual inscriptions and glyphs themselves, as well as selling it on the AH for money. So yeah, double-edged sword there, which is very cool. Alright, so it looks like we're heading into a zone where there's meant to be some bears. So if we have a look around, and you guys will remember there's all sorts of things. There's wildkins here, there's bears, there's Winterspring owls, and there we go. There's a shard-tooth bear. We'll grab him. Now these aren't going to last very long, probably just the one head. There we go, because you can see he's only level 50, so it doesn't stand a chance. And there we go, there's one shard-tooth meat, and I need to get 6 of those. You know when you've got them in your bags, because they automatically appear up here in your tracker, so that you can use them on your cub automatically, which is great. Now you might notice here there's a little lump of snow. That is also part of the Winterspring cub quests, and sometimes he has to go and dig in those and try and pull out a rabbit. So he's doing his own little hunting there. Of course, they're not glowing because that's not the quest we're on today. There we go, another shard-tooth meat. Now, of course, if you were a skinner, you'd be wanting to skin these all at the same time as well. We're not. I am herbalism and inscription. Oh, poor bears, they don't stand a chance, do they? There we go. I think that's 3 of the Shardtooth meat, and there's another one over there. Let's go flying over there on my extra special Violet Proto-Drake, which I'm very proud of. Of course, that's from the achievement A Long Strange Trip, or What a Long Strange Journey it's been. Can't remember what it's called. It's the one where you do all of the world events in your achievements. Very cool, and it takes a long time to get that one. Alright, so we're looking for some more bears. Let's have a look. There's one over there. Gosh, you know what? Being in this zone just brings back so many amazing memories. I remember the very first time I came here, and that, by the way, was another cool thing, a classic thing in WoW. That was through here, the Timbermaw Hold. Hands up if you guys remember the Timbermaw and grinding for that reputation and going in the Timbermaw tunnel there, and of course that borders the Fabled zone. So you'd have to come all the way up the top of Fabled, go into Timbermaw Hold, do all your grinding for that rep, which I've done by the way, and then you go through that hold, which is like a great big tunnel, and it comes out the other side. The first time you ever come out that entrance into Winterspring, it's like, wow, this is an amazing zone. And I remember that as if it were yesterday, and I was so excited to get there. And you know what, still coming here to this day gives me that feeling. It's just amazing, because I remember questing here with some very early and good old WoW friends back when I was literally a vanilla level 55 paladin, and coming here was just awesome. I remember seeing the very first dragon-like creatures that I'd ever seen in my life in the game of WoW, and they were here. And in fact, you know what, if we get enough time, we'll see if we can fly over into that area and see if they're still there to this day. Alright, so let's take out this guy. I think this will be the last one. Oh, he's got a bear flank, so that means we must have 6. There they go. There are 6 of these shanks here in my bags, and all that means is that I now need to summon my little tiger again. Here he is, the little Winterspring cub, and all we need to do now is click on the item, the Shardtooth meat, and that should feed it to him. There we go, there's one. The Winterspring cub catches the food in its mouth and swallows it in one gulp. Cute little guy, isn't he? Now remember, what we're doing this for is not a pet, it's for an actual mount. So you will get the reins of the Winterspring Frostsaber, which is just amazing. You know, again, remembering what a grind it used to be back in the day. These days it's a lot easier. Yeah, it's still going to take you at least 20 days because you need 20 of his whiskers down here. You can only do these once a day, but that is far less work than it used to be. Anyway, once you've fed him and you've satisfied your quest objectives, you can see you can have a chat to the little guy again. Here we go, a cub's cravings. Your Winterspring cub looks happy, satisfied, and ready to curl up for a nap. And so we complete that quest, and you'll see on my tracker here, it should go from 12 of these Winterspring cub whiskers to 13. And there we go, that is it. And you can see we also get reputation with the Wintersaber trainers. We've got 1500, so you get 1500 of them every time you complete this, plus we get some guild rep as well. Go into our bags, you can see here we go, 13 of the Winterspring cub whiskers, and we need 20 of them. So all we need to do is come back here tomorrow and then summon this guy again, and he'll have another quest for us. Because it's random, it might be the same, of course it might be different. Now seeing as we're here, let's live up to my promise and see if we can go and, oh, there's, speaking of reps, there's another rep that I actually really enjoyed doing, the good old Netherwing rep out in Outlands. I just plowed through that day after day after day because I just wanted to get me one of these. One of these, in fact this one here is the Onyx, as you can see there, Onyx Netherwing Drake. That was actually my very first flying mount I ever got that was capable of flight speeds of 310%, so I was super proud of getting that. Not only does it look and sound amazing, but it just flies so fast compared to your normal mounts. Now let's see, I've got to get my bearings because I'm a bit lost here. I'm trying to find this, there we go, there's Everlook. I'm looking for Everlook, which is of course the goblin village here, and it's a neutral village. In fact, let's fly over that so you guys can remember what that's like. I'm sure you'll remember being here lots and lots of times. I remember being here and it was amazing because I would see horde players in here, and that was one of the first times I'd ever seen us all in the same place, not fighting each other. So here we go, good old Everlook. Look at it, and all the familiar faces are here. All the vendors that you remember are still here. I love the fact that they haven't changed this up too much. It's just great. But yes, I remember flying out from here. Well, back in those days it wasn't flying. Running out from here, running up and down these mountains and climbing around, and just that sense of awe and excitement and wonder. I remember discovering this place here, the Winterfall village. Oh man, in fact, you know, there are still quests in here where you have to go and grab food out of their food supplies and stuff like that. God, I remember sneaking around in here, and if you pulled all of these groups, you'd die. I really pined for good old vanilla WoW. And look at that sunset, just a beautiful sight. But up right around here somewhere, getting lost in these snowdrifts. That's where, oh, there they go. Look, there's the wildkin, the owl beasts. That's right, definitely remember all of these. But somewhere up the back here, oh, I wish I could remember where. Somewhere around here were, like I say, the sort of first dragon-ish creatures that I ever saw. And don't get too excited, they're not actually dragons, but back in the day I thought they were about as close as you could get without seeing an actual one. I hope we get to see one. There's a lot of owl beasts around here. Gosh, I hope they haven't removed them from the zone, because it was such a unique part of the zone. I'm scanning around here, can't see any yet. Oh dear. Gosh, I really hope they haven't been taken out. Alright, I think maybe I'm in the wrong place. We'll go back down here a little bit. Where am I on the map? The Hidden Grove. Alright, so we've got owlkin around here. Come on. Please let them be. And no, I'm not going to tell you what they are. Not until we see them. Now, are they around here somewhere maybe? No, this doesn't look familiar. And no, I can't see any. We just got bears. Oh, actually, this looks familiar. Maybe they're up the top here. I do remember them being a little bit out of the way. Ah, there they go. There they go. Thank goodness they are still here. And what are they called? Chillwind Chimaeras. That's right. This was just incredible for me, because I'd never seen anything like this. And in fact, they may not attack me. We'll soon find out. Oh, no, they're going to. I remember seeing these. I've never seen anything like it. And this was on my little level 55 Pally. And I just couldn't believe it. I was playing with a friend of mine, and we must have taken like, I don't know, 200 screenshots of these things, because again, can you imagine it? We'd only ever seen gnolls and other humans and boars and all the rest of it. To come across something like this, we were blown away. Oh gosh, just seeing these now brings back so many memories. Let me know, guys, did you ever come here in Quest? I hope you did, because it's just simply an awesome zone. And if you ever did you get wowed by all of this? All these new creatures that were in this zone? It was just absolutely amazing for its time. And of course, you know what? Over the back, there was an area down here. Here it is, Frost Whispered Gorge. And that was like this rumoured area that you could sneak into Mount Hyjal. And of course, nowadays you can actually get into Mount Hyjal, which is up here. Back in the day, that was just an empty zone that you couldn't get to, but you could go all the way down the bottom to Frost Whisper Gorge, and you could see a gate. And if you looked through the gate, you could actually see into what was then an under construction Mount Hyjal. And I remember spending lots of time down there. Thing is, it's all different down there now. It has actually changed up quite a bit. The frost giants are still down there. You can still go and play with them, but yeah, it does definitely look a lot different than it used to, unfortunately. But where I want to go with the couple of minutes that are left is over to the Timbermaw Hold, and let's see if we can go and bring back some memories of that, because I'd love to show you guys. And again, especially if you're a WoW vet, I bet you it's been a very long time since you've been here, and I'd just like to trigger those good old-fashioned vintage memories, because if you are a vet WoW player, there is no doubt in my mind that you spent a ton of time at the Timbermaw Hold. And you know what, hopefully having a look at it again will bring back some fantastic memories for you as well. And let me know in the comments below, did you do the reputation grind? Did you guys get the achievement, which is nowadays called They Love Me in That Tunnel? And I think I've got that one, and it's pretty nearby. I think I got that kind of recently. Let's have a look. Go to our reputations here, and where are we? Classic, I think it is. There we go. They Love Me in That Tunnel. Earn exalted status with the Timbermaw Hold. But you know what? Back in the day, we couldn't do what we're doing now, which is flying everywhere. You used to have to run along these roads on your, well, probably a horse back in the day, or a tiger, and so you'd only ever be familiar with this zone from this sort of level. Yeah, this was what it used to be like running around here. And do you remember this? The Frostfire Springs? These hot springs over here? There they go, the Frostfire Hot Springs. But hey, let's not do that. We can fly these days. Well, if you want to be nostalgic, you could always take a bit of a ride through here. And look at that, we've got a bit of lag coming in here. Of course, this hasn't been on my computer, all of these zones, for a very long time, so that's probably all loading in graphics, hasn't been there in the cache. But here we go, the Frostfire Hot Springs, and you're probably going to start seeing some actual Timbermaw guys coming up. In fact, yeah, here we go. Do you remember camping out these spots? There they go, the Winterfall Totemic. And of course, that means we're very close to that very special place. It's just up here. This is the bit I was just talking about before. Place that looks like a bear skull. Don't know if you ever noticed that, by the way. The entrance to the cave, the teeth, and you can see its nose and eyes there. Here we go. Look at this. It is Selfa. Remember her? This is the one that you used to have to turn in the beads. There we go. More beads for Selfa. 5 Winterfall Spirit beads. So this, these days, is how you get the rep. And by the way, every time you hand this in, you get absolutely tons of rep. So it doesn't actually take that long to do. It's nothing like the old days where you used to have to grind it out for months. So here we are, the Fabled Timbermaw Hold. So I'm sure this brings back lots of memories for you guys as well as it laggily loads in. Oh wow, this is definitely bringing back memories for me. I spent so much time in here. Oh my lord, you have no idea. In fact, now this is a bit confusing too. I can't remember which way we need to go. There's multiple ways out of this. One of them leads to Fabled and the other one actually I think leads into Moonglade, if I remember correctly. Where are we? Oh, that was the right one. There we go. This is it. Yes, this all brings back memories, I'm sure, for you guys again if you've played before. There's the other entrance to the Timbermaw Hold right there. And of course, this is on the Fabled side of things. Have a look at the map. Let's make it big so you know. Yeah, there we are. Right at the top of this zone. Oh man, it is all flooding back to me now. And of course, these guys right here. In fact, they've still got quests for us. Look at that. There we go. Hello, Nafien. Speak to Selfa. Oh, look at that. We've actually got a quest. Travel through Timbermaw Hold and exit into Winterspring. So that's the actual quest that takes us through. Well, let's accept that. Why not? And you can see here feathers. So this is a different type of rep. Deadwood headdress feathers. And it says here that some deadwood furbolgs wear a distinctive headdress that may be used as a means of proof in thinning their numbers. Bring me a feather from any of the headdresses you acquire. For every set of 5 you bring me, you will earn recognition amongst the Timbermaw. So there's 2 ways still to this day of actually getting Timbermaw Hold rep. Let's mount up just quickly. I know we're running out of time, but oh, it's like a nostalgia blast, isn't it? And here we go. Remember down here, going round and round this lake, slaughtering these guys, these deadwoods here. That's right. And of course, the lake is all green because we're in Fabled. And living up to its name, it is... Oh, look at that. We actually got ourselves a deadwood feather headdress. Wow. But all of the water in Fabled is fouled. It's all infected, of course, with the scourge taint, if you like. So, yeah, this whole zone, look at it. It's all green and dead, and it's been corrupted. That's why it looks all slimy and horrible. But yeah, remember back in the day, running round and round and round this lake, time and time and time again, probably fighting with other players as well, just to get this rep up. Because back in the day, there weren't as many reps, so this was a very sought after reputation, by the way. Hello. Oh yeah, talk about the memories flooding back. Oh my lord. And again, I think this would have been on something like my level 50 paladin back in the day. So it wasn't as easy as one-shotting them, I'll tell you that much.
I need to target something first.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I almost miss things like this. I almost miss that sort of reputation grind. I know it's kind of mind-numbing and it takes a very long time, but it just brings back those amazing memories. Anyway, enough of the nostalgia trip. At least it is still all here. That's the main thing, folks. So, of course, if you would like to go over and get yourself a amazing mount, and once again, let's remind ourselves of what that is. It's this one here, the Reins of the Winterspring Frostsaber. Once again, all you need to do is head up to Winterspring, go up to Frostsaber Rock up the top here, grab the quest, and then every single day come in here, summon your cub, do his quest, do that for 20 days, get the mats you need, and you are home and hosed. And of course, if you'd like to still come down into Fabled here, it is all still here, as you can see, exactly how you remember it. And if you haven't done your Timbermaw rep, then hey, why not do it now? It is a whole bunch easier, trust me. It doesn't take very long. Probably took me, I don't know, on another tune that I did it the new way rather than the old way, probably only took about 3 or 4 days. So I'm sure you'll agree that is a huge reduction compared to what it used to be like in the old days. But anyway, enough waxing lyrical. We need to get out of here. We are well out of time. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled Let's Play character, and that'll be Yogurt, I think we're up to. Yes, definitely Yogurt. So we'll join her once again in Azshara as she opens up that map, and I can't wait either because that's another fantastic zone. But in the meantime, folks, on behalf of myself, Seraphis, our level 85, Draenei, Death Knight, Tankers are saying take care. Hope you guys are having a great week wherever in the world you are. We do look forward to seeing you next time. We'll see you then, and bye-bye.
The Winar's blessings be upon you.